Wow, family, buckle up because today we're diving into yet another example of how the smear campaign against Meghan Markle and Prince Harry just refuses to die, and how the media and so-called royal insiders keep crawling out from under the same dusty rocks to spin tired, petty narratives. But don't worry, we're here to set the record straight with love, facts, and a healthy dose of common sense. So apparently the latest sensational claim is that the late Queen Elizabeth was worried that Meghan didn't truly love Harry, and that Meghan somehow engineered their relationship. Imagine the audacity. This so-called revelation was dropped by Lady Elizabeth Anson, who, by the way, passed away in 2020, and now conveniently being peddled around by royal biographer Sally Bedell-Smith in her Substack. Now, let's stop right here. Isn't it funny how they always manage to find some random aristocrat or trusted cousin to whisper negative things about Meghan, and always after they've passed away or when they can't defend themselves? Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry have been out here living their lives, raising their beautiful children, and working on inspiring, impactful projects. They say the Queen was very worried that Meghan didn't love Harry. But let's talk about who was really worried: the institution. The dusty establishment that saw a strong, intelligent, independent black woman walk through their gates and instantly lost their collective minds. They were terrified of her star power, her warmth, and her ability to connect with people on a human level, something that decades of royal PR could never buy. And then they claim Meghan engineered the relationship. Wow, the same Meghan who had her own successful career, her own platform, her own money, and her own voice before she even met Harry. The same Meghan who was already changing the world through her activism and humanitarian work. Let's be real. Harry saw Meghan's brilliance, her compassion, her authenticity, and he knew she was the one. That's what real love looks like. Yet here they are, 5 years after their wedding, still crying in the corner about a dress fitting. Oh yes, you heard that right. Allegedly, Meghan didn't share details about her dress with the Queen. The nerve! I mean, how dare a grown woman want to surprise the world on her wedding day with a moment that was hers and Harry's alone? How dare she not play by dusty, outdated royal rules that were designed to keep women silent and subservient? This obsession with controlling every detail of Meghan's life is exactly why Harry had to get her out. They want us to believe that a wedding dress is more important than a woman's dignity and autonomy. Please, these people are so stuck in their outdated thinking that they can't handle a modern love story that wasn't orchestrated in a dusty palace drawing room. They even claim Harry was rude to the Queen. You know, I don't buy it for a second. Harry has always shown immense respect for his grandmother. He adored her, but he also learned from her, the same woman who modernized the monarchy in her own quiet ways, that sometimes you have to do what is right for your own family. Harry was never rude. He was protective of his wife, his children, and their peace. And as for the narrative that Harry is weak and besotted with women, let me tell you, that's pure misogynistic garbage. This is the same line they used to belittle Princess Diana, calling her emotional, manipulative, unstable. Now they're trying to recycle it for Meghan. These people refuse to admit that Harry made his own decision, a decision rooted in love, strength, and integrity. Harry didn't blow his relationship with the Queen. The institution blew it. They forced him to choose between his wife's safety and their archaic rules. And he chose love, as any real man would. They can't handle that. It exposes the hypocrisy at the core of that entire system. Now let's get into this idea that Meghan didn't get along with William and Kate. Y'all, they've been trying to push this catfight narrative for years. Meghan was a breath of fresh air, and the public loved her. And that overshadowed some of the other royals who were used to being the centre of attention for doing very little. Meghan worked circles around them. She hit the ground running with her cookbook project, the SmartWorks capsule collection, and so many other meaningful initiatives. Instead of celebrating her, they vilified her. You know why? Because Meghan is the embodiment of everything they fear: a woman who won't be silenced, a woman who won't bow down to outdated hierarchies, a woman who stands proudly in her own truth. And Harry stands beside her, unwavering. That's power. When they say the Queen was worried and the jury was out, All they're really saying is that Meghan didn't fit the mould. She wasn't going to be a silent mannequin standing behind her husband. She wasn't going to quietly endure racism and character assassination for the sake of some mythical duty. These so-called insiders keep talking, but where are they now? Where is the joy in their lives? Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are living in California, thriving, raising Archie and Lilibet in an environment of love and authenticity. They're building a legacy beyond the palace walls. They're free. And let's not forget the incredible work they're doing, from Invictus Games to mental health advocacy, from building community gardens to producing documentaries that uplift marginalised voices. Harry and Meghan are out here walking the walk. While their critics are stuck rehashing petty 2018 gossip, they are changing the world. What we are seeing here is projection. Those who claim Meghan engineered her way into the family are the very same people who have been engineering narratives for centuries. They can't fathom that Harry and Meghan's love is real, because they don't understand love that isn't transactional or performative. Every time they try to tear them down, Harry and Meghan rise higher. Every time they throw mud, Harry and Meghan plant flowers. The resilience of these two is unmatched, and the jealousy it sparks is so obvious. We see it, the Sussex Squad sees it, and that's why we are here to uplift them every single time the tabloids try to drag them through the mud. We stand with Meghan. We stand with Harry. We stand with a love story that is stronger than any lie. So, to all those so-called insiders clinging to their pearls, let me give you a message. Your time is up. The world has moved on. The Sussexes are building a future of hope, compassion and action, and we are here for it. Now, family, if you believe in love, if you believe in standing up to injustice, and if you believe in supporting two people who have been unfairly vilified for simply wanting to live in peace, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that like button and don't forget to leave a comment letting me know your thoughts. Queen feared Meghan didn't really love Harry and engineered royal match. The late Queen Elizabeth was left very worried about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just 2 weeks before their wedding. The Queen's relationship with Prince Harry was irrevocably damaged by Harry being rude to her in the run-up to the 2018 nuptials. She was also upset after Meghan Markle refused to share details of the wedding dress with her dot. Queen Elizabeth II looked frosty during the wedding of Prince Harry to Meghan Markle on May 19, 2018, in Windsor, England. Maybe now we know why. WPA Pool Getty Images. The shock claims were allegedly made by the Queen's first cousin and one of her best and most trusted friends, Lady Elizabeth Anson. Anson, who died in 2020, is said to have made the remarks in a series of conversations with the credible and respected journalist and royal biographer Sally Bedell-Smith, who has now published them in her Substack, Royal Extra. Lady Elizabeth, also known as Liza, was born in Windsor Castle to the Queen Mother's sister, and was a high society party planner who organised events large and small for the Queen throughout her life. She was deeply familiar with the Queen's thinking, and was understood to have been a trusted source of royal intelligence for several royal correspondents over the years. Bedell-Smith said that just days before Meghan and Harry's wedding, Anson told her, "We hope, but don't quite think she is in love. We think she engineered it all." Liza was not hired to organise Harry and Meghan's wedding, and she said that a meeting with Meghan was pointless and that Meghan had fobbed her off when she made suggestions. Eventually, Harry wrote to Liza to say they were going another way. Liza told Bedell-Smith, "He said, 'I am close to my grandmother and she is content with this.' When I spoke with the Queen, she said she is not at all content." Bedell-Smith adds that, according to Liza, the Queen was dismayed after Harry asked the Archbishop of Canterbury to marry them without first requesting the necessary ecclesiastical permissions. Liza told Bedell-Smith, "Harry seems to think the Queen can do what she wants, but she can't. Harry has blown his relationship with his grandmother. She said she was really upset. I was shocked when the Queen told me this, how she was so saddened. I had no idea about the conversation, that he was rude to her for 10 minutes. They had tea with her the day before yesterday. She was trying to find out about the wedding dress, and Meghan wouldn't tell her." Bedell-Smith says that when she spoke to the Queen 2 weeks before the May 19th wedding, Liza had just heard from the Ewing. The number one lady says the jury is out on whether she likes Meghan. She is very worried. Lisa then said, Harry is besotted and weak about women. 1 week ahead of the wedding, Liza told Bedell Smith, Meghan and William and Kate are not working well, said Liza. That is what the Queen said, particularly about the 2 girls. It's worrying that so many people are questioning whether Meghan is right for Harry. The problem, bless his heart, is that Harry is neither bright nor strong, and she is both. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's team said they would not comment on the claims. And if you feel called to support this channel and help us keep telling the real stories, consider donating via Super Thanks. Every contribution helps us keep the lights on and the truth flowing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, love always wins. And Harry and Meghan, they're living proof. Stay blessed, stay kind, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.